in an effort to review and introduce some new ideas, I want you to keep playing with the with your 4-chord concoction. But I want to introduce, for those of you who haven't seen it yet, Battery, the drum instrument, and for those of you who have seen it and forgot how to use it, a review. So let's just say that we have some drums in Expand. There are some basic universals when we're talking about drum programming. This idea that C1 tends to trigger a kick drum, D1 tends to trigger a snare, and crashola. Depending on the instrument, so this happens to be, it was on G sharp, but F sharp 1 tends to trigger a closed hi-hat. So let's just say that we have our drum beat. Okay, I'm going to come over to this dot and I'm going to change Expand to, I'm going to head down to Plug-in Instrument. I'm going to change it to Battery 4. Battery 4 is also made by Native Instruments that makes Massive, Absinthe, and FM8. And let's take a real quick look at this interface. This is, a blank set of pads, essentially, where you have row A and columns, row B, C, and D. Each of these pads corresponds to a key or a note on the piano. So this first one in the upper left-hand corner is C1. We have C sharp 1, D1, C2, and these are octaves, C3, D4, C4. And you can add rows, etc. If you are wanting to use preset kits, you would click on Kits, and you will see that there are many a drum kit to check out. And I just happened to get to Cavernous Kit, and if I double click on Cavernous Kit, I get these pads populated. There are fewer pads because this was designed with these sounds in mind. I have a kick, a second kick. The snare does fall on D1. My closed hi-hat in this instance is on G sharp. All right. So explore the different kits. Sometimes there's a piano. Okay, so in here it does appear that G sharp hits that closed hi-hat. But something about this also, if you click on the Samples tab, you can go and listen to the different samples that make up these kits, and you can create your own. So for example, say I do want a closed hi-hat, but I want a slightly different one. I can just drag this in on top of a pre-existing pad and replace it with the sound that I want. And furthermore, if I already have, that would be F sharp 1. Listen to my drum beat now. Okay, not feeling that. But if I wanted to, I could grab this hi-hat and swap spots with that one. So knowing that my data is already on F sharp 1, there I go. Okay, so Battery it actually does a lot more than this, but in its very, very basic idea is to be able to load up kits, be able to load up samples, and even kind of customize a drum set and use it because there's super cool sounds in here. These are all typically WAV file samples. Let's just see what one of these. I'm trying to find one that has more pads on it, because it is not just 4x4 types of setups, but you can see how many there are, right? Okay, so here's one that is set up that way, but you get the idea. All right, so have fun with, oh, this one's big, look at that. And this is just a bunch of percussion.